Okay, let's do it again. Calling to order the City of Kingman meeting of the Economic Development Advisory Commission, Tuesday, July 27th, 2021 at 12 p.m. Welcome. She does roll call.
Chairman Sixta,
Here.
Commissioner Mandola,
Mary? She can't hear us?
Commissioner Fossen, Commissioner Mandola,
No. The wonder of electronic.
Commissioners, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Calling roll, Chair Sixta,
I can hear you.
Present.
Look, can you hear me?
Mandola, Commissioner Fossen, Commissioner Sawaya,
Yes, I'm here. Present.
Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Montalvo, Commissioner Stockbridge.
Do we have a quorum? Maybe they can't hear. Did Mary answer? Okay. Okay.
Commissioner Stockbridge, Commissioner Stockbridge, are you in attendance?
We do?
We have a quorum.
Let's proceed. Ready for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
United
America
States of America,
and to the
to the
republic for
republic
which
for which it stands,
Stands
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Number one on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for 5/25/2021. Didn't we have a meeting in June? No? Okay. Can I get a second? Has everybody read the minutes?
I have, and I second it.
Thank you. Item 2 is consideration of public comments. Those wishing to address the Economic Development Advisory Commission need not request permission in advance. Action taken as a result of public comments will be limited to directing staff to study the matter or rescheduling the matter for consideration and decision at a later time. The Economic Development Advisory Commission meeting, do I read all of this?
No, you didn't.
Good. Okay, this is a hybrid meeting. with 3 opportunities for public participation. We don't have anybody, so. And skipping down to number 3, which is reports. We have Josh and retail manager Sylvia Schaefer giving reports on tourism, retail, and the industrial park.
Thank you, Chairwoman Sixta. I'm going to give Sylvia's report. She was feeling ill today, so she couldn't make it to the meeting. First, an update on the small business recovery plans. The expanded utility relief program ended on June 30, and the City of Kingman Economic Development, in partnership with the Finance Department, processed 16 applications from small businesses, and were able to credit their utility accounts, each with a one-time credit of $300. The total was $4,800 that was used to provide that relief assistance. The Parklet and Pedlet and Facade Improvement Program. The last fiscal cycle, we assisted 8 businesses through the program with approximately $60,000 in matching funds. It's no longer the Parklet program is no longer available because the city will be moving forward with the Downtown Streetscape program, but the Facade Improvement Program will continue into this fiscal year. There are 4 businesses in the process right now. At least 4 of these are the 4 businesses that were able to apply for the Kingman Chamber microgrant program. Were also awarded the remaining 10% matching funds. So we were paying 90% of their the program fee, and the chamber, through a grant that they received through the Arizona Office of Tourism, was able to cover the matching portion so that the business could actually have the improvements done without any cost to them, just going through the process and fronting the funds and then getting reimbursed. Okay. There were also several businesses that benefited from the infill incentive program, where building permit fees were waived for commercial development in the area. New retail stores like Cal Ranch, Ashley Furniture, Harbor Freight, and Human Being benefited from the program, as well as a few smaller businesses in the downtown Kingman area. And Sylvia can provide more information if anyone wants some details on that. Current programs, we still have, as I said, Facade Improvement Program, Infill and District, and the Arizona Local First membership. So we did, is it not on?
I can't hear you through the mic.
Okay, is this better?
Looks like it's storming, maybe.
So the Local First Arizona, we did subsidize memberships, so businesses in Kingman, small businesses that qualify, non-franchises, less than 50 employees, they can get their membership fee waived, and that gives them all of the benefits of being members of Local First Arizona. One hot topic that Sylvia wanted to note for this commission's consideration, maybe a future subject, are that employers need employees. We are working with Arizona at Work on an upcoming job fair in August for employers hiring to be available for those seeking employment to apply in person, but it is something that we're working on and something that we wanted to bring to this commission for consideration. Some other updates was that Sylvia has been preparing for upcoming conferences. She'll be attending the Western Planning Conference, the Multi-Franchising Unit Conference, the International Council of Shopping Centers Conference, and the Arizona Association of Economic Development Fall Forum. So she's getting prepared to go to quite a few different things where she'll get some updates on what other communities are doing and what programs are out there. She's working on the City of Kingman Retail Prospectus. So I think later on there'll be a presentation given on the economic development report. She wants to have something similar to that for retail, and that would be something that we can provide for businesses looking at expanding or opening retail opportunities in Kingman. And she continues to work with Ricky Hayes on the retail attractions for commercial development, and they're featuring businesses, grant opportunities, job opportunities, and more on the Kingman Economic Development Facebook page, which has really grown quite a bit this year since we'd launched that. Any questions on Sylvia's?
No. Great.
Okay. Just give an update on the tourism side. Our Q2 of 2021, so that was April, May, and June, the visitor center had 20,136 people enter the building. That was a 400% year-over-year increase over last year. Of course, we were closed April and part of May last year, so that does make sense. Compared to average years, it's about 55% normal. It's an index of 55 if we use 2017 fiscal year as our baseline, which is what we're doing for our metrics. Gift shop revenues, we earned $58,225. That was a 336% increase. The average daily sales per full-time employee was $188.11. That's quite a bit up from last year. So we're seeing a lot more of the people that are coming in interested in our product, and that's a mix of carrying, I think, better product, having better displays, as well as having a more aligned visitor. They're not just coming in to use the restrooms like we do
Right.
get with a lot of motor coach visits. Website visitorship was up to 45,203 sessions. That's a 74% increase year over year. Last year, there just was not a lot of people out there looking for travel information, so we are seeing that come back, at least on the domestic side. And lodging tax revenues is actually going to be looking at quarter one, so it's January, February, March. It's always a little bit late in getting those numbers in. So the last quarter I have is the prior, and that was $197,513. That's a 131% increase over the first quarter of 2020. The Visitor Center, we did hire Katie Barthlow on June 21st as our tourism administrative assistant, who is working on social media, web content, community event calendar, and coordinating some of our departmental events. We do have another tourism administrative assistant position that we are posting later this week, and we hope to hire in that will help us with our reporting and some of the other functions that will alleviate us so that we can do more of our campaign programs. The new Route 66 drive-through shield was installed last week. It was finished on Friday, and we had our dedication event on Saturday. We had about 80 cars. There were 400 to 600 people that were in attendance. Throughout the day, we had 633 people enter into the visitor center. So it was a very busy day, a lot of positive feedback for that event and for the shield. There's a lot of activity going on in the shield every day, so we think it was a good investment. We've also, working with the Arizona Route 66 Association, applied with the museum for some grant funds to increase the lighting. So we've got new and improved lighting inside the visitor center and the electric vehicle museum, as well as the regular Route 66 museum. Other events that we're working on, we are coordinating Andy Devine Days with the Pharaoh's Car Club, Beale Street Theater, and the Chamber of Commerce. We're actually coordinating that to line on Chillin' on Beale September 18th, and so that will allow for 1 week of Andy Devine Days activities, starting with the car show on Saturday, the Andy Awards the Chamber produces, and then going into the Taco Tuesday and the Wednesday activities and the Thursday Cow Plop, all the way to the rodeos taking place the following weekend. And then we are coordinating, and I've got this later on the agenda, a new Kingman 66 Festival in November on the 4th and 5th. Some marketing updates. We are concluding the fiscal year 2021 Arizona Rural Marketing Cooperative. We concluded the Google search engine marketing campaign that went January through June with 90,370 impressions and an overall click-through rate of 6.52%. That's quite a bit over the industry average. Arizona Office of Tourism's AAA e-newsletter campaigns, we ran April, May, and June. That's in Arizona, Southern California, and Northern California markets. That's really trying to hit the road trippers in our regional area. And then we also, for June, tried a couple new marketing campaigns with a marketing company called Viant, Connected TV, and over-the-top TV. So connected TVs can be like Hulu, Roku, Apple TV, Fox, that sort of thing. And then over-the-top is streaming content directly over the web. So we ran that, and then we also did an audio streaming that went on Spotify, iHeart, SoundCloud, Pandora, different music and podcasts. So that was a new program. I don't have the report on how that did yet. We just concluded the end of June, but I can report that in the future. And then the Arizona Office of Tourism 2022 marketing program was the participation limit cap was increased from 50,000 to 75,000. And the Arizona Office of Tourism matches the funds that we put into that, so that actually increases our campaign value from 100,000 to 150,000. So we are currently working on a resolution with council in order to allow us to apply and utilize those funds so that we can get as much marketing potential for Kingman as we can. And then the two updates that I wanted to bring up I don't have a whole lot of information. Commissioner Sixta, I'll go ahead and give these to you for your review. Anyone else that would like information on this, please just email me and I will send you the what I have so far.
Okay. Thank you.
And Lisa, I'll give you a copy of these to keep with the packet. The governor released a Visit Arizona initiative last month. There's not a whole lot of information on it. There's different programs that are trying to incentivize to participate, including events, destination marketing organizations, and chambers to do things to bring more tourism into Arizona. There's over $100 million being put into this program. There is a website right now where you can go and you can fill out a notice or intent of interest, but there is not an application available just yet. So we'll keep you posted as we get more information. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is working on revitalizing or bringing back the historic National Trail designation legislation for Route 66. This would put Route 66 under the National Park Service and give it more opportunities for grant funds, for signage, and preservation. So that's something that we are working on, a letter of support that we'll bring to council so that the mayor or city manager, the council can approve a letter of support that Kingman is in support of that designation. Chairman Sixta, that's all that I have.
Thank you, Josh. That was amazing. You are very busy and accomplishing a lot of your goals. That's appreciated. Anybody have any questions for Josh? Comments? No? Moving on to number 4, which is old business, which this is sort of a question that I have for Josh, because I remember before
Excuse me.
COVID, I guess we're gonna.
Doug Breckenridge is going to give a report on the industrial park and airport
Oh, I'm sorry.
right after Josh, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay, yeah. Give you a little bit of input, for the rail in June. We managed to store 154 cars and, switch 96. As for the update to land sales, staff is working through the process of land sale in the industrial park. We first started submitting sites to the project back in March of 2021. If everything goes well with inspections, we anticipate completion of this sale in late August and early September. Over the past couple of weeks, the industrial park has been receiving a fair bit amount of rainfall that has disrupted some of the traffic inside the parks, flooding, and creating debris. We have been working with Mojave County to facilitate with the cleanup, and then the most recent storm that occurred on Sunday night, we reached back out to Mojave, and the county will be looking at getting their flood division involved to really focus on and look at the drainage system throughout the industrial park. And hopefully in the future we get something moving to alleviate some of the flood waters that are overtaking the streets. As for new business, Colt Builders, they are currently working on site improvements. They're basically increasing the driveways and parking lots. They have already have a couple of projects in queue and expect lumber to be ordered within about 3 to 4 weeks. And hopefully they'll start their improvements and finish and get production going as soon as possible. Coeur d'Alene, the window company, that has been just started up inside the park. Most of their equipment has been received and installed on site. They have began this minimum amount of manufacturing, and later on this month, they will be ramping up their manufacturing. Interstate Group within the park, second review of their site plan was submitted, and they are hoping for approval by the 29th of July. Once they have that, builders will start submitting plans for building permits. They complete the fence around their perimeter of the property and also completed the combination of the parcels and purchase from us with their other parcels. As for improvements inside the industrial park roadways, it's going to be focusing on portway, government, and transport Street's road construction. Staff will be participating in a pre-bid conference. Bids will be due tomorrow, July the 28th at 3 p.m. for those 3 roads. Hopefully we get those improved and entice, make it a little bit easier for the businesses out there and a little bit easier to sell the land in the future. On the airport side, recently this month we have closed out RFP for 2 parcels located on the airfield. We received 1 RFP back for 1 parcel that's around 204,000 square feet. We are going through the final process of looking at offering or awarding that to the one company that proposed for that piece of land. And just give you an idea, this not only includes leasing the land, but also the company will be conducting pretty substantial improvements. As for revenues and expenditures or expenses for the industrial park, as of last June, the total industrial park revenue was $177,907, and the expenses for the actual park were $62,805. Does anybody have any questions?
Welcome.
Thank you.
No questions? Nobody? Now, Lisa? Now is it old business?
Yeah, and let me use your mic.
So this is something that I was thinking about that we were doing before. Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
It's on, guys.
There.
Closer. Okay. Now can you hear me? So before COVID, you had lined out all of these meetings that we selected which ones we wanted to go to. Like there was a governor's meeting, there was AOT meetings, and are those going to happen again? I mean, do they need us?
Yeah, I would talk to Bennett and Gary and Sylvia about those other ones, but the governor's conference, we did budget it in, and as you know, we've got it on the agenda, I think, here as the next item. So we did budget to have a commissioner come to that meeting, and that's the one that I attend, so.
Okay, so that's item B?
Correct.
Okay. And I guess you answered my question. Do you want to go ahead with that, or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so last year, the Arizona Office of Tourism's Governor's Conference was a virtual conference. This year, they initially planned on having it as a hybrid, so there'll be some virtual components and in person, but they have since changed it to being completely in person. And with that change, we wanted to designate someone to come out, so we did send out that email asking for someone that would be available as well as interested in attending. And we do have Commissioner Stockbridge who responded. I didn't get any other responses.
I didn't get an email.
Oh, okay. I know I'd emailed you maybe 3 days prior asking if you wanted to designate somebody. I didn't get a response, so then I sent it to everyone and asked if someone would be
I can't.
available and
Oh, okay. Can I do that? Can I designate somebody? I mean, when is it?
At this point, you cannot. It's next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
which is why I sent that out about 4 weeks ago.
I'm sorry I missed
That's okay.
that.
And,
Yeah.
and, you know, we are I think maybe because of the cyber attack, I am getting
Oh.
responses that I never received an email from you, and I think that ours may be getting filtered out from time to time by
Okay.
different providers. And that may be why you didn't receive it, but I sent an email out twice, and if I had a phone number, I would have called you too, so.
I'll make sure you have my phone number
Thank you.
today. And so what is this happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
So the Arizona Office of Tourism has a conference where they go over the results of their past campaigns or the results of the last complete calendar year tourism numbers, and then they go over the campaigns that they're going to be launching in the following year. So they'll go over, you know, what mini campaigns, multi-campaigns, the different opportunities for traveling and going to trade shows. And they also have different workshops that go over trends, and they have presentations. And this is for community destination marketing organizations mostly, but really anyone in the tourism industry can go. But it's a lot, it's really aligned for the different communities that co-op with the Office of Tourism on their campaigns to come in, get together, and go over how we're going to do it in the upcoming fiscal year.
Okay.
And it's held every year. Like I said, last year was a virtual event, and this year it's being held in Scottsdale. Next year it will likely be held in Tucson. They usually flip back and forth.
Okay. Okay. Any questions for Josh? Moving on to item 5, new business. I put these next two, A and B, on the agenda because I wanted to discuss with the commissioners about goals as far as the commission. Like, what do you want to accomplish by serving on this commission? What is your focus? Why are you here, and what do you hope to achieve by being here? And how can we help you do that? And how can we all work together to make that happen? Nikki, is that you? You can talk. Does anybody have anything to say?
I'll start. My goal for being here would be to have Arizona at Work assist in any way possible with economic development and to predict the needs of the workforce, and connecting community partners and government partners to enable us to have a workforce that's ready for the jobs that are here now and the jobs that may come in the future.
Just to clarify what that is, I mean, what are we talking about? Telling you about the businesses that are coming in that need workers and communicating that way? Is that, am I in the right ballpark here of
Yes.
how that would
Yes.
help you? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how it would help.
Okay, so then that's why this commission serves you, because of Josh's and economic development's work. Then you're connected with that, so that makes sense. Nikki?
Exactly.
Do you have any thoughts? Anyone else? I think he's talking.
Oh.
I think Rennie is talking, but I can't hear him.
I've asked him to unmute.
Assistance has arrived.
Okay.
Becky's
Well,
gonna
I
help
can-
me. Becky's helping.
Red-
Yes.
There
Well,
she is.
I do think that, John Q. Public needs information and they need to know what's going on. So if you have a few people like me and I can talk to other people and let them know what's going on in the community. So, I mean, I can't, personally, I don't think I can make an effective change in anything, but I can watch what's going on and I can mediate that.
Yeah, and you move that information along one-on-one,
Yeah.
Rennie, and that's a positive. That's great. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
That's the only reason I say I'm on the council.
Okay.
So, just to advance information to other people. Because nobody, really pays attention to a lot of this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, that's very interesting, and I can
Yeah.
pass it on. But like I say, effectively, there's not much I can do personally, but I can watch you guys and make sure that you're not doing anything wrong.
Okay. Okay, that'll work.
That'll work.
Nikki
Okay.
or Sharon?
Yeah, exactly right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nikki?
Hi, yes, Nikki. And my interest is in promoting the growth of Kingman. I know in the past when I've watched that there was pre-COVID, a lot of conferences and some of the conferences that Josh very quickly spoke so fast that I couldn't write them down. But all those kind of conferences that Sylvia goes to, that I know commissioners went to in the past to help promote Kingman, whether it's bringing new businesses, whether, businesses for like the industrial park, for example, and also retail, which also provide business, but gives us reason for example, the big issue at the hospital, having some shopping and opportunities so that people stay, and increasing visibility through marketing of Kingman. I'm interested in that also. So knowing those kind of campaigns, how they're going, maybe what are some other ideas, how we can promote Kingman so that people stop, and when they stop, they see there's more than just a bathroom stop here, or more than just, dinner. Making sure that people know there's a reason to visit tourism and to move here. So sort of a lot of areas. Just interested in helping promote Kingman.
So is your interest to attend conferences or is it one-on-one like with Rennie or, I mean, how can this commission help you along? How can we assist you in achieving those goals? Is there anything we can do as a commission? Yeah.
At the moment, I know my job responsibilities somewhat limit my travel to
Okay.
some conferences and stuff, but I'd be interested in definitely talking to people and looking at what's going on in the marketing and saying, are there other opportunities? And then, finding out more about these conferences and seeing what I can fit into my schedule.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you. Okay, did I see Sharon up there for a minute? I know I did.
I'd just like to interject that, we are on the I-11 corridor. Kingman's going to grow whether we like it or not. So it's how we help it grow, which I think is paramount. Thank you.
Oh, sure. I mean, absolutely. They know where we are and who we are. Absolutely. But I just, as far as this commission goes, I'm trying to get a clear picture of what the commissioners, now I'm clear on what Mary wants to do and what Nikki wants to do and Rennie wants to do, hopefully what Sharon wants to do. And then we can work together to achieve those goals. I want to support everybody. I want to, if I hear of something or know of something that's down your alley, I want to be able to push it your way, essentially. Sharon, are you there? Or did we lose you?
I'm asking her to unmute, and it's not working. for her.
Okay. Well,
I think
it
she
is
was.
clouding up. I'm looking behind your head, Josh. So basically, I'll just continue on. That is what I put on the agenda, and you guys have answered my questions. So I appreciate that so much. I want you to know that I'm available at any time, anything you hear about or anything you want to hear about that's along the lines of economic development. You may need more information. You may need to know what's happening. Sherry Samley shared with me today that there is an app called Everything Kingman, but we have our own app too, don't we? Go Kingman website? Yeah, so, because I've been, after a year of isolation, then it's getting hard. It's hard for me to get out, but I'm going to push myself, and if anyone needs anything from me, just don't hesitate to ask or reach out to me. Sharon, are you there? I see you twice now. There you
Yes,
are.
I think
Yay.
we have a lot of people on one internet, so occasionally sharing is not easy. I'm available to attend. I think everybody, or if you don't know, my family's been in this area for a long time. I really enjoy Kingman. I love living here. I would like to see it develop in the way that it can and be appreciated as the really magnificent community that it is. I have experience obviously with marketing and promotion and tourism and service and retail, so I'm available to attend and kind of show that we want to keep the charm of the past, but also we have to progress and notice that we are getting busy, and we do need, we're getting fuller, and the infrastructure needs to match the amount of people coming in. We need
Correct.
to have amenities and the businesses that really attract them to stay here. We don't want people to come and have, home prices raised and then the jobs aren't following. So I think just kind of showing that it's not a place to just stop, but it's a place to really set down roots and become connected to. I'm speaking at the local First conference next Thursday. They asked me to speak about our young professionals group that I've been assisting with. So that's going to be the importance of engaging young professionals in rural communities, because they come for the job opportunities and the possibility of having their student loans forgiven for working in communities like this, but then they don't stay because they never build roots, because they're kind of what you were just saying, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to meet people. So we're trying to cultivate that sort of community just to keep people, we're not just a stop on their path, we could be the place that they really, they build a life in. So I'm available to attend conferences and speak on that, and marketing is my background. So that's the path I would like to engage with and
Wonderful.
assist in.
Wonderful, thank you. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
I love
everyone.
Kingman. I want people to love it as much.
Well, I think it's a step in the right direction, getting to know everybody. I myself have made a commitment to try to attend more public events and try to get out there, and I hope to see all of you out there as well. And we have answered the goals and attendance, and now it's back to Josh. Route 66. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner Sixta. Let me give you a little bit of information.
Thank you.
Lisa, could we go to a web page and share that, screen share that?
Looks amazing.
Where do you want to go, Josh?
GoKingman.com.
Okay.
And then when you get there, from the events tab, go down to November 66 Fest.
November 20th?
Correct. Or November 2021, maybe? November 66 Fest. So just in the drop-down menu from events.
Okay.
Yeah. Not on the calendar, but from the drop-down tab.
Route 66. Andy Devine, Route 66. Oh, November. Gotcha.
Okay. So any one of you can go here to see what little information we have so far, but this is the new 66 festival that we are working on for this year. This is going to be our inaugural event if everything pulls together okay. A lot of the efforts, and you can scroll down a little bit more, Lisa, so they can kind of see the event map. A lot of the efforts that we were putting in Andy Devine Days in the past, we are switching over, and that's why we're coordinating with the Chamber of Commerce and the Pharaoh's Car Club and everyone else to put on the Andy Devine Days event downtown, but we really wanted to grow something that would be a little less local focused and more tourist focused, build something that would bring people to stay in. So we've got Lewis Kingman Park reserved for those days. This is the same weekend that the Veterans Parade will take place downtown, so we already know that people are going to be out and about. Afterwards, they'll be able to come down to this event, but we're coordinating for a car show, vendors. There's ample parking in that lot next to the park. We're going to block off part of Andy Devine, a couple of the lanes, so you'll still be able to get by the park, which we think will increase awareness of the event and increase traffic to it. But it will also give us extra blacktop for hosting some car activities. And on that page, and Deborah, what you have printed before you is the micro event application. What we're doing is we've put funds aside for local nonprofit organizations to put on events. They can apply for a grant with us in order to have the seed funds to put something on at our festival. Because we've only got, a small committee of half a dozen people, and it's difficult to get a lot of activities taken care of with those few hands. So we're really reaching out to the community, looking for other individuals to participate and help make this a bigger and better event. And we don't want to put that, kind of make them figure out how to get the resources together to do that on their own. We're trying to provide as many resources as we can, so they don't have to worry about traffic control, they don't have to worry about setup, they don't have to worry about the funds, or at least a good portion of the funds, depending on what they're planning on doing. This should give them the resources, and all they need is some volunteers, and there's some insurance requirements with the city, but it's pretty easy to get an umbrella for that kind of coverage. And we're reaching out to the commission to ask you to help us get the word out for community members, for organizations, to see if we can't get some people to apply. We're about 90 days out, so we've got 3 months to put something together. It doesn't have to be the biggest and best this year, but I think people are itching to get out and do something, and if we have a successful event, then it's going to just be that much easier for us to continue this going on into the future.
Okay, thank you, Josh. I have a question. So vendors, you want people to sell stuff, or what are we doing?
Similar to Andy Devine Days and other events, we'll have a vendor area for
Okay.
vendors to set up and sell things. Yes, so we definitely want vendors who will come with their wares and sell.
So, okay, so these are the people that are going to apply for the micro event. Are they promoting, they're promoting the festival?
So we've got 2 applications out right now, one for vendors to come and sell their goods or
Okay.
services, and then another one that is the micro grant for nonprofits or organizations in Kingman to apply to put on a event at our event. So whether it's a pinup
Okay.
contest or a dog show, or some kind of competition, something where they might be able to raise revenues for their nonprofits' missions and goals, but also put on activities that provide things for people to do and enhance the festival.
That's super cool. I love it. Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, Josh, you're doing a great job. Love it. I think you need to maybe put a little bit more emphasis on the dog park, because a lot of people travel with animals, and it might help.
That's right.
Thank you, Commissioner Fossen.
And any particular focus for the events,
Yes.
micro events?
Yeah, so what we want to do is have events that are related to the history of Kingman and Route 66. So as if you read through the application, we're seeking nonprofit organizations interested in applying for seed money. Our goal is to enhance the overall environment of the festival, encourage festival participation, attract more tourists to Kingman. Eligibility is any nonprofit or government entity located within the greater Kingman area is eligible to apply by completing this application form. Proposed micro events must be entertaining, family friendly, apolitical, a good match to the festival theme, and properly insured.
So if a sports club wanted to put up carnival games or something like that, that would be okay?
That would be okay, as long as they're not hiring other vendors to come in.
No,
and
they
do
wouldn't do
yeah.
that. But I was thinking like the community, I'm on the board at the Dig It Garden as well, and they were looking for fundraisers, and then
Yeah,
the next day,
absolutely.
here I am, I'm just like, wow, that's super cool.
Gardening classes could be a fun
Yeah.
thing, so.
They would love to do that. The master gardeners could show that. Wow. Anyone else?
Josh, could that be used? I know the Chamber of Commerce and the downtown businesses are looking to really get Live After 5, which is First Fridays down there, going and coming back to life, but it is funding, and what organization wants to take the lead on it, because they are looking maybe to spend some money for more kid-friendly things in areas. Could this be used for that event, even though it's a monthly event?
So no, this is specific to this event. This has a budget item that's relative to it alone, and the activities for this grant have to take place at the festival grounds. We're trying to enhance festival grounds, but I think there
Okay.
could still be opportunities for us to work with Main Street in that capacity out of a different budget.
Okay, it would be the chamber that's, I think, facilitate or assisting with it. So I'll ask Becky to reach out.
Okay.
And the theme is just Route 66 history?
Route 66. So what, if I could explain a little bit of
Sure,
backstory.
sure,
What we're
please.
trying to do is we recognize that the centennial of Route 66 is coming up in 1926. The reason we chose November is one, the weather's still pretty good. It's not hot anymore, and it's not really cold. But it's also when Route 66 was designated. It was designated on November 11th
Oh.
in 1926. So what we're trying to do is we're leading up. This is giving us 5 years to create a really huge, massive festival where on the centennial we can really kick off a great event. So this is year one, and we're hoping in 5 years we can make this into really something special.
Wow,
Awesome.
I like it.
Okay, I have one other question. Main Street is working on the Jim Hinckley walking tour project for downtown, but obviously Jim meshes very well or works within the Route 66. So that could be an opportunity for a micro event of this, right? To
If-
highlight that program and maybe do something like Jim Hinckley informational session.
Yeah, if he can make something that's entertaining and engaging that we could do on the festival grounds relative to the project, I don't see why that wouldn't apply.
Good thinking.
Okay, and it could promote that project as well. Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? That is so exciting. I'm thrilled to see that happening. What a great job. Thank you. Announcements by anybody else? I'm sorry, I jump ahead. Okay, item 6, announcements by commission members? Nothing? Something? Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I'm going to adjourn the meeting. This meeting is adjourned of the EDAC meeting for July 27th. Did I do it right?
Did you make a motion?
I
Make
make
a
a
motion.
motion to,
I second that motion.
okay, thanks. I'm new at this.
I'll third it.
There you go. Thank you,
All in
everyone.
favor?
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.